monologues. Cue music.
Trying to. It's playing.
Wait for it.
Stuck in the middle with you. There we go.
Okay. There's supposed to be walk-on music here.
Yeah, I know.
Yay!
It's
Hi everybody, we are the Reservoir Frogs. We are a local improv troupe. We try to do shows actually here at this theater about once a month. And what we do is we tell a story of interwoven monologues. And it's usually of three characters that have high ambitions and really low morals. So without further ado, we do need three suggestions from the audience. So the first thing we need is an object that you could lose in a poker game.
a watch.
A watch, thank you. And the next item would be a location that you might find in a small rural town, a place where people could get together and meet.
A picnic table.
Picnic table, I like it. And finally, we need a relationship between two people, or how two people know one another.
Teacher, student.
Teacher and student, picnic table, and a watch. Thank you very much. We're the Reservoir Frogs.
Roger Gale. Been working for the Park Service for, I don't know, 15 years. It's a pretty good gig, most of the time. But I see people dealing drugs in my park. In my park! It makes me mad. Really mad. I'm not supposed to do anything about it, but I want to.
Jocelyn Huff. I teach running in nature. I love the feel of the outdoors, and I don't just run in nature and teach people how to run in nature. And yes, it is different than normal running outdoors. I also teach them how to sleep on benches and on blankets and not look like you're sleeping so you don't get kicked out. Because that's my goal, to always be outside and not have anybody care.
I'm Darren Caulfield. I'm the local picnic table maker. I measure twice, cut once, put the table together, and I think they're pretty nice. But lately I've been learning how to run. I've been found a teacher that's teaching me how to run out here in the park where I build the picnic tables and put them out. And my goal is I'm planning to run the local marathon later.
Roger Gale. Park Service employee who's had it up to here.
Jocelyn Huff, outdoor runner lover, and gonna stay outside forever.
Darren Caulfield, local picnic table carpenter, and looking to run a marathon sometime soon, near future.
Yeah, I am a little disappointed in Daryl. He don't want to sleep outside, let alone pretend he's not sleeping while he's sleeping. It's kind of weird. I mean, if you want to be outside to run and get in shape, don't you want to feel the dirt in your fingers and your toes?
I absolutely do not want to feel the dirt in my fingers and toes. I like to deal with wood, and I like to cut it, and I like to, sawdust. Sure, that's great. But dirt, well, it gets kind of icky because I'm a sweaty guy. So it's like, it gets a little bit...
Yeah, he creates mud in his toes. That is a thing. But there's streams and puddles, and when it rains, you can just...
It all started with dare, that's how most people develop a lifelong hatred of drug use, right? Right? I couldn't be the only person. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in middle school hanging out by myself. I'm sure other kids who graduated the DARE program really felt like I did. So, yeah, I didn't have a lot of friends in junior high or high school, but I figured that made me perfect to work in nature, out in the Park Service, where I didn't have to deal with people pushing me around.
I do like the Park Service guy. He's pretty nice. He doesn't like it when I don't leave, though. I mean, during the day it's fine, but he's giving me pamphlets and stuff. I don't smoke weed.
I do not like the Park Service guy. I mean, every time that I'm out there running and trying to follow the rules of the class and, you know, sleeping in the park bench without sleeping, or I don't know, some such stuff as that. And he's always like giving me the side eye, making me feel uncomfortable, like he wants me to do something or leave.
The weirdest thing he did is I was sharing my brownies with my students, and he comes running in and grabs them and throws them out.
90% of brownies are hash brownies. That's just math.
My secret ingredient was cinnamon. It wasn't hash. I don't like hash.
She said they weren't hash brownies, but I swear that cinnamon flavor got me high. I'm not quite sure what it was all about, but then the park ranger came running up and ripped the brownie right out of my hand, like I was literally taking a bite.
Cinnamon. That's street slang for marijuana. I know because they taught me that in 6th grade in DARE. Yeah. I also reported the grocery store for that too.
And after all that, they found out sometimes cinnamon is just cinnamon. I mean, I guess I understand where he's coming from.
I know, right? It's all weird how much he's so obsessed over cinnamon. What's he gonna do when I tell him that there's nutmeg in it? I mean...
Right. Maybe he doesn't even know what cardamom is. Oh, wow.
Yeah, no, the Parks Department did make me write an apology to Jocelyn. Turns out there was not marijuana in her brownies.
No, I did not get an apology from the park ranger. I mean, he chipped my little pinky fingernail when he, like, manhandled me and ripped that brownie right out of my hand. I think I got a little sliver of a walnut stuck up in there and it's kind of infected.
See, I didn't want to get park ranger guy in trouble, but he was getting a little too close. Nothing in the brownies, nothing in cinnamon, but my walnuts, man, yeah, there might be something there.
They sat me down and said, Roger, this is the 15th time that they know of. I've been put on probation. Probation for doing my job and keeping this park free of drugs.
So there it was, at the starting line, my teacher, she was holding her stopwatch, getting ready to time me in the park run. It's like 5 laps around the park. It's, I don't know, like 13 miles. And there was the ranger down in his running shorts standing next to me. And I was like, oh, gosh darn golly nabbit. You know I'm upset at him because I combined 2 different swears together at the same time.
So yeah, as I'm cheering Daryl on to run his 5K around the park structures and avoid them, park ranger guy, Roger, does come up, and he's running too, in the shortest shorts.
They recommended I attend therapy. Don't know why. I kind of am offended at the notion, but you know, gotta do it to keep my job.
Apparently nut hugger shorts are therapeutic. Who knew? So,
It said what you need is a hobby. I said I have a hobby. It is keeping drugs out of my park. It said, no, you need an actual hobby. Well, where do you just find a hobby? I mean, guess I'm taking up running.
so there we were running around the third lap. And, I mean, Mr. Park Ranger was keeping up with me pretty good. I wasn't quite sure how he was doing it because he was sweating bullets and he was all red and huffing, but he was keeping up. I mean, I had been running for probably, 2 weeks now, and I had got my endurance up. But boy, this kid, he just was not looking good. But
Daryl and Park Ranger Guy were both very impressive. Roger was even leaping over the teeter-totters. And Daryl was using the playground equipment. And they were getting very physical. But yeah, Park Ranger Guy just was not...
I tell ya, running a marathon, not that hard when you've been running from your demons your entire life. I think I've got this. I kind of have to admit though, I sort of feel bad now about taking those brownies because the guy, he's been a little upset with me. I think his name's Darren. He was there. And as I was running past him, he kept trying harder and harder to catch up with me. I thought, this is somebody who's dedicated, This is somebody...
so this guy was huffing and puffing and could hardly stand, was passed by. So I picked up a stick and threw it between his legs. That was fun to watch. Just
Okay, Daryl made me feel bad for Park Ranger Guy Roger. So I walked over to him where I was laying on the ground, stick cut his knee and everything, and I gave him some of my trail mix, forgetting that it was my special trail mix. I also gave him water.
Can you believe it? That asshole threw a fucking stick right in my path. I mean, I understand, but as a public employee, I am used to abuse. I mean, I took this job to get away from people like that, like bullies. This is a really good trail mix.
He ate the whole gallon bag while he was talking. I will just have to subtly keep an eye on him. I mean, it's nice that it tastes so good. I mean, I know it tastes good. I like it.
I mean, this is really good trail mix. You want some? You should try some.
I'd already had some of that trail mix and I said no. No. Because I was still running. I was on my 4th lap. And, I mean, I was on my PB. That's personal best if you don't know. But, yeah, so there I am. I'm running. And Park Ranger Roger was standing there with the stick. And I'm like, oh. I mean, the first time I swung it, I hurdled it. I don't know what's going to happen on lap 5.
Daryl is my favorite student. He's very good. And even though he was wary about pretending to be awake while sleeping outside, he's come a long way. He can run. He can really run. I think I can use him as a poster, I was going to say poster child, but he's not a child. But it's part of my logo. It's part of my brand. Put these pictures up on the trees. With Park Ranger Guy Roger all high eating my trail mix, he's not going to notice.
What? No, I did not swing a branch at another person running a race. Going after these bats. What do you mean there's no bats? Oh, there's...
Yeah, he may have scared away all the other people enjoying the park that day. They thought he was trying to hit them with the branch. I feel a little bit bad about that, but it's getting me some peace and quiet.
I finished, and it was fantastic. Yeah, as you might guess, I ran well enough that they gave me automatic entry into the local marathon. Now, I don't know what the 5K divided by the marathon is in distance, but I mean, I ran the 5K pretty well, and the marathon's what, maybe 5 times that or more? I mean, how hard could that be, just to do 5 times what I just did? So I'm standing there and I'm finishing, and as I finish, I get clipped on the side of my head by a log. I don't know what he was thinking.
I have no idea how I won a silver medal at a 5K. I don't even remember running a 5K.
Well, he didn't finish the 5K because he was swinging his stick, but he got the silver medal because he was the only other contestant in the field. And anyway, so I'm having my teachers like really ramp up my training for this marathon deal. Who knew it was so long? She had me run half of one, and it was like 3 times as far as I've ever run before.
Yeah, he doesn't know math very well, that's true of Daryl. But if he just keeps running, he will get there eventually. I have faith in him. He can run. He's almost as good as I am, which is saying a lot. Oh.
Yeah, I know, right? It was just hanging around my neck when I woke up under a park bench. With a note from Jocelyn, of all people. Call me XOXOXO XOXO XO XO. What the hell does that even mean?
Yeah, I kind of went over exaggerated with the XOs, but I wanted to make sure he called. And I don't know. He's kind of fun when he's high. But also, I need to make sure he doesn't connect the dots there on that. So, multifaceted wants here, because I want to talk to him.
They were making googly eyes at one another, and I can't have that. So I called the park ranger station and called in an anonymous tip that their park ranger was out in the park high. So I don't know what's going to happen, but they said they'd look into it. And Jocelyn, well, she's really got me like working hard, doing push-ups, and said, I don't know what that has to do with running. Said something about core work. And I'm like, but I need to run my feet and my legs, not my abs. But
There's been an anonymous tip that one of the other park employees has been getting high on the job. Don't know who it is, but I will find out. Well, obviously I can't just ask them. No. I know how this goes. Deceit is a part and parcel of this beast. Yes.
Roger came to me asking for more of the trail mix. He's hooked. He loves the carob and the nuts and the M&Ms. Okay. But I'm also worried for his job now. He told me somebody's getting high, and he has no idea it's him.
I've been staying up all night, going over just tracing where my coworkers have been, who they're talking to. I've created an entire board. I think it's Martha. she goes to bake sales.
Well, since I've been in the park a lot, Roger called me over to his house and had to look at his murder board. And I mean, he had red strings and yellow strings and blue tic-tac marks and like black marker, and he even drew some mustaches on some pictures, and I don't know what the heck he's doing, but I'm surprised he doesn't know that it's him.
And it all ties back to the JFK assassination!
Epilogue! It turns out I'm not quite as sneaky as I thought. And when Vice came to investigate park ranger people getting high, they also followed me to where I thought I was sneakily crawling to the rock by the little waterfall from the creek where I kept all my nuts. Like a squirrel? I didn't believe I was a squirrel. They took the nuts. I'm sitting in, jail, waiting trial. Why are marijuana nuts illegal? Don't like that.
I did run in the marathon. I did not have Jocelyn there to help me or coach me or tell me when I had to slow down or when I had to breathe. And let me tell you, when you're running a marathon, you need to know how to breathe. And there I was running, and I saw one of my very comfortable picnic tables, and I stopped and I took a rest, and I don't know what happened, but I did not wake up. I think I died. I think I had a heart attack there on that thing because I wasn't breathing and I was running fast, and I laid down on my own handiwork and passed on.
They took my job. They took my badge. They took my park ranger hat. They even took away my silver medal for that 5K for performance-enhancing drugs. But the worst thing that they took was the rest of my trail mix. I've heard you can go buy some in the park.
The end. Thank you. We are Reservoir Frogs.